Hello, today I'm going to discuss about interracial marriage. What is interracial marriage? Interracial marriage is about two different races being married together. In the old days, it's not that common because, in the old days, there's no, when you go in another country, it's expensive. And like the recent years, 10, 20 years, that it changes where we could travel everywhere. It changes again now because of COVID. But anyway, there is a lot of interracial marriage that exists because we could travel anywhere. So it's a big possibility that another race will meet another, for example, an Asian to European. So, what are the challenges that interracial marriage experience? Based on my experience on my first marriage or my ex-husband, when I first saw him, I saw him as a foreigner, like a different race than mine. In regards to my second husband, don't see him because I live in Denmark, so I don't see him as a foreigner anymore. So I don't see him as a kind of different race because I'm used to Danes. So for me, I just see him as a person. What's his personality? What's his character? I didn't see him as kind of different race as mine. Not because I'm already Danish, but probably because I live here. So I'm used to seeing Danish people. I'm used to meeting them. But what are the common challenges for interracial marriage people? I think the most common is because you two have different kind of culture. You have a different languages. I don't speak Danish before. So that's one challenges I have to go through is to learn the language so that I would be able to communicate in Denmark or with his family, And also I've learned the culture because I live here. I think when you are interracial marriage couple, you have to decide which country are you going to decide to live. Is it in the Philippines or is it here in Denmark or wherever your spouse is? So you both decide and meet in the middle and see where is it that would benefit you more. Can you survive, both of you, can you survive to live in this country? Can you adjust with the weather, with the culture, with the food, everything, So it's actually a big challenge. Unlike those who married with their same race or the same, yeah. But if you're like both Filipinos, then there's not much adjustment needed because you're already born with the culture, you're already born with the language. So there's not much adjustment. It's just like from single to marriage. Unlike the interracial marriage couple, they have so many challenges they have to face too. Also like meeting the in-laws, how it is. For example, when I move here, they don't have this tradition of like calling your mother mua, your mother-in-law mother. And like if you're in the Philippines, if you have a mother-in-law, you call them like mama or nanay or mom or dad, just like your own parents. In other countries, it's not like that. You have to address them on their first name basis. So that's one of the differences. And also, the interracial marriage couple is also have the difference in culture. Like for example, in the Philippines, normally the wife is the one budgeting the everything, almost paying like bills payment, food, and yeah. So that's why in the Philippines the male give the salary to the wife because the wife is the one doing the budgeting. But in Denmark it's not the same. You have to pay half, like half of the bills the wife have to pay, half of the bills men have to pay. And so yeah, so that's one of the challenges of interracial. The advantages are, of course, your kids could be two language, you know, bilingual or trilingual, depends on your kids' capacity. And of course, you will also be more, you would like have two countries, you know. Being in interracial marriage is like you have two countries that you call home, you know. So I have Denmark and Philippines that I feel like my home, you know, because of the interracial marriage. And what else? The challenges or advantages and disadvantages. Advantages is, yeah, have two homes, two cultures. It's more rich. You'll be more open to not just knowing your culture, but you will also get to know the other culture and be more familiar with it and adapt it, you know. So, and you could also be possibly have dual citizenship, you know. So you're not just citizen of one country, but also both, if you could afford to. Um, yeah, but the one thing I would advise for those who's planning to enter into interracial marriage is that you have to talk, meet in the middle, ways what is it that's more important to you or your family or to your relationship. Learn to give way. Sometime, okay, I'll follow your tradition, or the next time I'll follow your tradition, you know. Don't be just like, no, follow mine, you know, because it's hard when you're already adult to adapt into a new culture, learn a new culture, learn a new language. So the one who's living in the country have to like, you have to help the one who's adjusting, because it's not easy to adjust into another country, new culture, new environment, new everything. So you have, as a spouse, you have to help your partner, you have to help your wife or your spouse to adjust into your country if you decide to live in that country, because it's not going to be easy. So that's my advice. And it's only going to work if both of you are going to really make an effort to make it work. Okay, so that's my advice for interracial marriage couple out there. So good luck to you, and just hold on tight and learn each other. Bye.